Hey, just really quickly, I wanted to give a big thank you to the developers for giving not only a free Steam key of Cardboard Town to me, but also one to give away to one of you guys. I'll be doing a live stream where we'll play Cardboard Town, and I'll be giving away the Steam key to one random lucky winner who's watching the stream. I'll be going live around 1 p.m. Eastern on Friday, January 19th, which is tomorrow at the time of posting this video. So make sure that you tune in and hang out for a bit. You really don't want to miss this giveaway because this game is fantastic. Hello everybody, my name is Wilder, and I was sent a code for a game that I had never heard of before called Cardboard Town. I looked into it a bit before accepting the code, and I was instantly interested in playing. Cardboard Town is a game where the city building genre of games like SimCity meets the deck building genre and the roguelike genre, and I think it works really, really well. This game is so cool, and I've been having such a blast with it. So the idea is that you build this town using cards in your deck. You draw a card each turn, and every card takes a certain amount of gold to use. Now you draw a new card at the start of every day, which is every turn. So if you have cards you can't use yet, or you're just done spending all your gold for the day, you can hit the next day button and it'll advance you to the next day, allowing you to draw a card from your deck and refill your gold. But be careful, because there's a trouble meter in this game. Every time you advance a day, or play a card that states the trouble meter will advance, that's what it'll do. When the trouble meter is full, which will take 7 in-game days if you don't do anything to slow it down or speed it up with certain cards, you'll get what's called a disaster. These are random effects that hinder you and your town's progress. It can be anything from you can't play your most expensive card in your hand, to stuff like you have a chance to gain a random disaster every turn, you can't build roads if they don't cost any gold, or one that's really hindering, especially in the start of the game, you lose a random resource every turn. Resources are something you'll collect and use to build up your town. The regular resources are water, electricity, safety, and environment. And later on, you'll get new resources like education and industry. Now you have to keep these resources up in order to play certain cards in your deck. And also because if you drop below 0 for any of these resources, you get a red alert. And if you get 3 red alerts, then your game is over. Now you can remove a red alert by getting the resource that fell below 0 back above 0. So you can get more than 3 red alerts per game, you just can't get 3 at the same time. Also be careful, because if any single resource drops below -20, then it's a game over no matter how many red alerts you have. But wait, there's more! This game is so awesome! There are so many elements to it, and it just flows so smoothly. Okay, but yeah, there's more. So every once in a while you'll get these red cards called quest cards. You must play these cards within the amount of turns it says to on the card, because if you don't, then you'll get a permanent red alert, and you won't be able to remove that one. It'll stay for the rest of the game, which gives you a lot less wiggle room when it comes to losing resources or failing to not play another red quest card. There's also a lot more to this game as well, like how if you place certain buildings next to each other to create a little community, it'll actually move more people into your town than just the regular amount for those buildings. The opposite can happen when you put homes next to stuff like oil rigs and scrapyards though. People will want to move away if you do that. And you want people to stay, because the more people you have, the more upgrade cards you can get. They upgrade everything from gaining a random resource every day, to making all house cards cost 1 less gold, stuff like that. It's really cool, and they're really, really useful, especially when you have a lot of disasters piling up. They can kind of help you gain the edge over the disasters. Now when you have no cards left to play, but you still have gold left, you can use that gold to hit a big green button on the side of your screen, which is your mayor button. For a small fee, you can draw a card, and you can use this button as many times as you want as long as you have the gold for it. And finally, there are goals to accomplish, which are displayed by the little stars on top of the screen. When you complete these accomplishments, you get more upgrades, and once you get going on a run, everything just flows really nicely, and you're able to go faster and get further every time you start a new run. Which, I mean, it's a roguelike, so that makes sense. All these elements come together to create an absolutely addicting game. I kept playing after I recorded all the footage I needed for this video because I just didn't want to stop. I love this game. It's so much. It's such a nice little gem. And I love so much about it too. The look of this game is amazing. The art style, fantastic. It's cute. It's cardboard. It's a little tabletop game. The fact that the play space that you're playing on is actually a table, it's a cute little tabletop game. I love it. How can you not love it? It looks great. Now since this is a roguelike, at the end of every run, you gain experience based on what you did in the run. And when you level up, you unlock more cards for your deck. You also unlock better upgrades for when you finish your goals, permanent upgrades to your starting number of resources, and last but certainly not least, you also unlock stuff that will sit on the table you're playing on. And you can even click on everything and interact with them all too. There are so many little details in this game. You can tell the developers absolutely loved making it. If you zoom into your town to just look around, there's so many little details that you'll find that most players will never even see, but I'm so glad that it's all there. You can tell they really cared about this game. I love the arts and crafts style they went with. It's so cute. It suits the cardboard aesthetic perfectly. Also, something I absolutely love, if you pause the game, it'll go into first-person view from the perspective of either one of the little people walking around your town, or one of the vehicles driving on the roads. It is so cute, and once your town is really big, it's really fun to just pause the game and watch the little people in cars move throughout your town and see everything you built at eye level. And there's also a ton of different game modes as well. I've only played the main game mode because I'm literally having so much fun with it that I'm still not ready to move on yet. But yeah, there are a bunch of other modes, like an expert mode that makes the game harder but you get more experience at the end. There's a blessed town mode where there's no trouble meter. And on the opposite end of that, there's a cursed town mode where you get a random disaster every 7 days, plus the trouble meter is smaller. So instead of 7 days for a disaster from the trouble meter, it's only 5. A lot of these modes look really cool. I actually want to play a few of them because they look like they'll throw some good challenge into the mix. And for you more casual players, there's a game mode called Sandbox that you can unlock where you literally don't need to worry about anything. Not resources, red alerts, disasters, there's not even gold. You don't get any experience or levels from this game mode, but hey, if you just want to build a little cardboard town and not worry about anything, then this is the game mode for you. Overall, I haven't played a ton of this game, but I'm already so in love with it. It's so much fun. If I had any complaints at all, it would be just a few minor nitpicks here and there. Stuff like even though when I can't afford to place a building down, I wish it would let me see the preview for placing it down anyway. Because I may not be able to place it down this turn, but I need to see where it'll fall because I have other stuff to place around it that I can place down this turn. But it won't show you the preview if you can't afford the building. Also, sometimes it's hard to know which cards you can and can't destroy or discard using other cards' effects. Like I had this one card, it said that I could discard a card in my hand to draw another. Pretty straightforward, but when I went to use it, it wouldn't let me discard a bad card in my hand that I wanted to get rid of. I guess I just wasn't able to be discarded? I don't know, it's not that big of a deal overall because you can always back out of a decision as long as you haven't actually played the card yet, so I didn't have to actually discard anything. But I had a strategy going over the course of 3 turns, and it just hit that little wall there, and I just wish I had known or had an indication that the card had to stay with me for a while. The red quest cards can't leave your hand either unless you play them, but you can tell with them because they're red. But yeah, not many complaints. This game is really awesome. If there was a big complaint at all, it would be that there's really no deck building mechanic. You don't actually build the deck, you just unlock more cards for the deck and they get added automatically. I would have loved to make my own decks to play with, and hey, maybe that is an option or part of another game mode or something. There's just so much stuff here that I haven't gotten to yet. But yeah, I have been absolutely loving this game so much. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I will be streaming this game tomorrow, as of the day this video goes out, and I'll be giving away a Steam key for this game, so don't miss out. It's seriously a gem we've got on our hands here, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think of it, and if you've played it, heard of it, or if this is the first time you're hearing about it. Let me know in the comments below, because that's going to be it from me today. Thank you so much for watching, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, and here's the end screen.